Hello, ActiveSage here on the Sage channel, and as it has recently been a Thursday, an update has come out for Space Engineers. And this update didn't require any new worlds or anything, so I went ahead and tossed together a sort of testing world that from now on, whenever something's changed in the game that we can test down on a planet without creating a whole new planet, we're going to come to this world and test it. And this week's update has brought forth some new items. Well, to be exact, some tweaks of an existing item. I'll go ahead and show those off by running all the way up here to this fantastical machine right here, an assembler. And we're going to go pop into that, go to our production tab, go to our tools, and you'll now notice the tools section is completely crammed full of stuff. Well, maybe not completely crammed full, but there's a fair few things here. You got your bog standard grinder, gun, drill, and welder, but now you have 3 different versions of all of these. Then I'm going to be demonstrating those at each of the different platforms. I'm just going to go over them now. They all have the standard one, grinder, welder, drill, automatic rifle, but then all of them, with the exception of the gun, have an enhanced version, a proficient version, and an elite version. So each one gets more and more powerful as time goes on. And you can see there at the requirements in the center of your screen, you'll see this most important thing it requires is silicone. Then this pops up from 1 cobalt, 1 silicone, to 2 cobalt and 3 silicone, and so on and so forth, until it gets to this point where it's requiring silver, and then this one platinum, pretty much requiring you to go off-world if you're going to find that. Pretty much the same with all the other ones. The requirements tick up usually. Well, except for apparently the hand drill. I'm mousing between the two, which would appear that their stats are not changing. So don't bother getting the hand drill, go for the enhanced hand drill. Apparently it doesn't have much difference. But then again, of course, once you get up to proficient, they do change the requirements from silver up to platinum between the proficient and elite. Okay, and much the same, of course, with the welders as well. No silliness in these, though. Looks like, yep. No silliness in those like the 2 top drills. Weapons, though, as I said, those are different. We got the precision rifle, which is a more precise rifle. We'll be seeing that very soon. Got a rapid fire one, which is more rapid fire, fires faster. And then we got the, well, this should just be saying, it's just saying standard, but it should be an elite automatic rifle, which fires faster than the standard one and more accurately, but not as accurate as the accurate one or not as quickly as the rapid fire one. And to demonstrate those, we have our nice target area over here. And I have all the weapons right here, sitting here nice, fine, and dandy. So normal, we'll just go ahead and grab all these, and grab a little bit of ammo I've stored in here. I am in survival mode right now, so we can pop on our UI. Actually, take off our helmet too, I think. Oh, I guess I must have already had it off. And we can go to, I believe I have it, yes, Shift 3, and we can start testing the weapons. So, bog standard rifle at this distance. We can go ahead and aim. Oh, I think it reset our aim, but we can aim right over there. Let me turn on the HUD. Not HUD, crosshair. There we go. Got a massive, massive, ugly crosshair there. As you might know if you watched my previous video, I had to reinstall my game, so I lost my custom crosshair. We can go ahead and fire, and you can see a few little hits there bouncing about. In fact, we're going to turn off the crosshair because it's so big it blocks the whole damn target. There we go. And so we can fire, and you can see the bullets, they're bouncing all over the place. I'm not really moving the mouse, and you can see they're hitting, well, scattering about. The middle center has been hit pretty well. Let's move over to the precise one here, shall we? By the way, even though it's a survival world, I've all the grinding speeds and everything, they're all set at normal except for the cargo storage. I've upped that so I can carry all this stuff. And so let's once again aim right around here. This is the precision one. And you see, oh, of course, if I aim down and then right click again, it resets our aim back to aiming straight forward. But you can see bullets aren't hitting all over. They're hitting pretty accurately right in the center. And then we can move on to the rapid fire one. We could aim for that one, but let's just go for this. There we go. So you can see it's a bit quicker, I'd say. But the bullets are, well, not exactly accurate. Gets the job done, though. And then we got the last one here, the elite version, which, as I said earlier, is not as accurate as the accurate one, not as fast firing as the rapid fire one, but is sort of a middle ground between a mixture of those two, but faster than the standard automatic rifle. So we can aim right there and just start firing. You see it's pretty decent, and it seems like it kicks pretty well. So overall, pretty nifty changes to the weapons, and to allow you to basically choose which kind you'd like more. Of course, I believe they did have their own build states, or not build states, but build types, if you want to go ahead and look through those. Or I say look through those. They're going to require different materials is what I'm trying to get at, and being distracted by aiming down sights and asking myself questions like, does aiming down sights actually improve accuracy? Which I don't think it does. No, I definitely don't think it does. Anyway, that's weapons. We're going to go ahead and move on from weapons now at this point. And if you just want to see really close up shooting at something for the heck of it. These are our targets that we're just shooting at. It's faster, this fast one. You can imagine this being super useful close up. Assuming the damage is the same for all these, you can assume that would just be the best for super close up, just rapid fire. Let's move on from that over to another platform over here, because I did mention they changed other things, like the, well, first up we have the grinder. Yeah, that could have been dangerous. I am pretty high up. So, let's go ahead and get our grinder out of here. All the different types. And we'll just go right to demonstrating those. There we go. And we'll first off grind down this thing. As I said, we have our world set up so it's absolutely at the bog standard speeds for grinding everything, except for cargo containers just holding more. So you can see with your standard grinder, that took a fair amount of time. And of course, to chew down a heavy piece of armor will take even longer. Ages and ages and ages. But when we up it up to the second one, we can start cutting through this, and you can see right away, that's a fair bit faster than the previous one. Well, if we go up one more level, way faster, and then the max level, the one you'd be getting from outer space, you can go ahead and grind that down in seconds. And remember, this is with your standard speed setup. This wasn't like times 10 building speed or anything. This is just your bog standard building speed. So once again, just as we did a second ago, we got grinding this down. Takes a while. Up one more rank. It's going pretty damn fast. And then up the max rank. Yeah, that's crazy. Be wary of people running at you with these. You might have noticed also they have different color codes, which seem to often be mirrored in the different tools, except for weapons. They have different colors, but I'm not sure they really correspond to anything in particular. Whereas the welders, which we can't see, and the drills all seem to have a color code, which I think they vaguely follow. Let's go ahead, and all the stuff we don't need is all that. And then actually, let's go ahead and drop off half of our ammo too, since I don't think we need to be carrying around all that. And let's grab our welders out of here. Because, of course, I placed down these 4 blocks here, so we can show you how quickly we can weld stuff back up. So, once again, our standard welder that everyone's so used to if you're playing at standard simulation speeds. It gets the job done, and considering it's a massive block that's a little bit taller than you, it's actually kind of amazing that you can weld something up that quick. Here we have our slightly faster one. That's pretty nifty, that's pretty quick. What is this one even called? There we go. This is the enhanced version. Let's move on to proficient one. Wow. And then the elite version. Yeah. And once again, back here, we'll just weld these up. So you can see, fairly decent speed. I don't have the metal grids, of course. What about you? Yep, pretty damn quick. And then you... Jesus, they go pretty quick, don't they? Alrighty, well, there is our welders and everything. Let's move on from them to the drills. So, by the way, if you're used to using super duper sim speeds, but if you feel a bit cheaty, now you have a way to get these. It's a bit silly, I find. I wish they had a different way. I'll talk about that in a minute. Not that cargo container, this one. Here we go. A bit silly that you could just build them is what I was trying to get at there. So, let's go ahead and use these drills. Our bog standard drill. Here's a little bit of left clicking as my game is frozen. Oh, it's responding again. Good. And for some reason, our material doesn't seem to actually be showing anything, but we can left click and drill into that. It's pretty useful. Up the speed a little bit here. Pretty much right away, that seems to be working. 3 clicks, a little bit quicker it seems. Let's see, what about the proficient one? Well, again, the first click always seems pretty quick. This seems very quick though. It seems like I'm just barely tapping and it's annihilating it. How about this one, the very last tool? It's so quick, honestly. It's hard to tell the difference between a lot of these. Let's go ahead and go up to a mountainside real quick. How about that? Like this mountainside right up here. We'll go ahead and try to cut through some of this. So, bog standard one. Yeah, the bog standard, but we're all used to running into it and hitting it and a little bit pops free. Okay, let's use our secondary one, the enhanced one. Feels really about the same. The chunks being taken out look like they might be a little bit bigger, though, to be honest. Let's see. How big is this chunk? 266? Nope. They not much of a difference there, really. Same sort of range. Well, let's go up another one and start chopping away here. So there's a right-of-way piece. This seems like it really starts to pick up at this point, where it seems like it's chopping away a lot quicker. There's not so much of a delay. If we go straight back to the original one, block away, block away, block away, block away, and then we go up to that third one again, the proficient one, hit, top, block away, block away, block away. Seems like it's just a little tiny bit quicker. It's hard to tell too much of a difference with it, really, but it does feel quicker. And then let's go up to the elite. Let's see how the elite handles it, shall we? Right away. Yeah, I'd say the elite is definitely quicker. It seems like it's always popping pieces free. Pretty nifty. And now let's try the right clicks, shall we? Because we definitely couldn't check that on the little platform I had. It's very odd to me that the texture on these is just... it's standard color. It's not actually... it doesn't appear to be a proper texture. Anyway, let's kneel and right click. So there's a hole. About the size of your person. Yeah, just big enough to step into, probably. Let's go ahead, move to another flat surface here. And crouch and right click again. That looks about the same, honestly. Looks like there might not be much of a benefit to that. Once again, right click. Now that hole looks like it might have done a bit more of a cut. Let's just go ahead and really quickly at the same height switch over to our other standard drill and do another hit just to see. Yeah, I'd say that number 3 is where it really starts to pick up. I think this might be an issue with the first and second drills, as they have the same build requirements. It looks like the hand drill and the enhanced drill might actually have the same stats, because I really don't feel like they're any different. And then the elite drill, I'd say that's different. Yeah, because I'd say that's a pretty hefty difference, wouldn't you? God, camera, if I put you somewhere, please just stay there. Here, let's use our spectator cam. Ooh, and completely murder our immersion by being at a mountain for half a second, but spectator cam and just right click. This is bog standard, pretty nifty. And then here is the one up from that, the proficient one. The enhanced just doesn't do anything. I'd say that's more of a hit. And then, yeah, the elite is pretty hefty. Wow. Yep. I'd say it gets the job done a lot quicker, wouldn't you? Anyways, that is that for this update. As I was saying earlier, just really quickly in my babbling state, I'm a little uneasy about how they have you upgrading these. I say upgrading, how they have you obtain these, because they are just simply from a machine. It's basically you have more materials, you get it. It's still the sort of thing where you're probably going to be tripping over, dying, going, I'm not going back for my supplies every now and again. I really wish it would be, hey, this is my drill. I've had this drill for months and months and months. I'm not going to lose this drill. And I think something that would do that is if instead of you just simply going, dear production machine, kindly make me super duper drill or welder, elite welder. And it takes the supplies that you have and make it. I wish it was, I wish basically it required the lower requirement. So to make a proficient grinder, you would need to already have an enhanced grinder. And to have an enhanced grinder, you would have needed a just standard grinder. I do wish you had that. That way it would be more like, oh god, please don't let me die with these items on me. I don't want to risk losing them. Of course, now that you have your backpack, that doesn't happen as much anymore anyway. But, or that the fact that the backpack persists after death, I should say. Even after your character's body has vanished. But, I don't know, I just think it would have been interesting to have an upgrade machine. A very specific machine, which is why I had that sort of spot next to it semi-left empty. Or maybe you'd go ahead and upgrade the machines, and the old tools would basically become a new component, and then you could use that on other things. Maybe thrusters. Maybe version 2 thrusters would require a special version 1 thruster components. Who knows? Yeah, version 2 thruster components. I kind of like the idea of a progression path, but alas, that's not what we got. Maybe we'll get it in the future, maybe we won't. Either way, though, it is very nice to have a second tier of tools, and a third tier, and a fourth tier, actually. So you can actually build at those faster speeds if you have the supplies. And it does actually give us a bit of a progression path, even more from planet up into space. And then in theory down to other planets and all that fun stuff. Anyways, that's it. Thank you a bunch for watching. I hope you found this informative and somewhat entertaining. And I shall see you guys and gals next time. Ta-ta!